What is going on? I'm zmot. Gonna do a bit of a jamboree, a potpourri of a video. Don't really have a plan or a rhyme or a reason, but gonna quickly jump into my warship. Now, this warship was started like 3 days ago. Let me just show you this. Managed to get into gold with an 86.2 win rate. Super happy about that. 2 engine room into gold was a weird goal of mine, but managed to pull it off. Now, the replays, you'll see getting no engine rooms basically ever. Like, I think I got 3 in the span of 10 attacks. I got 2 there, none there, 1 there, and just winning by percentage every single time. So jumping up into gold with this account was pretty darn awesome. And then followed suit with this account, jumping this one up into gold as well, sitting at 81.8%. Not quite as good, but 63 and 14. I think the other one was like 59 and 9 or something like that in random task forces with these accounts. But again, not getting a ton of engine rooms. I think I got 2 there. Let's keep looking here. Got 2 back in there. So 4 doing already better. 1 in there. So 5, and that is all. 5 engine rooms in 10 attacks. Not awesome. Just quickly, you know what? I'll show you how I got some engine rooms just in case it's somehow helpful to someone out there. It's all about the timing. Also, don't put your engine rooms on the right-hand side. It is closer and just not as good. But I am using some Cryoneers, Zuka rifle, Zuka with some other stuff, and then just dropping them super late and super wide. Don't often see right-hand side engine rooms, so this was a little bit weird, but managed to get some engine rooms just by the skin of my teeth. Now, these tech trees are drastically different. It's amazing how different these tech trees are. My other account that got to gold first had somehow, some way, look at that mortar just barely going down, holding on by the skin of our teeth. I've had it where I've got 1 Zuka getting an engine room, but this tech tree, I have got my shocks at level 2, sniper towers at level 4. On the other tech tree, somehow, even though I started it later on, everything is maxed except for my cannon is at tick 4. And those shock bombs, that makes a massive difference, simply because, as you know, it holds defenses from shooting ever so slightly longer. So next up, I'm going to do some operation attacks. I need to, in the background, figure out which accounts actually have operation attacks that are available, and then we'll jump in and hopefully use some rocket choppas in the process. Okay, this account has an operation attack. I am going to quickly pick up those diamonds. Only 27 because I'm in a random task force. Would far be better with 29. Also, going to quickly check that I got shock bomb duration boosted. Need to make sure of that. If you haven't checked that, do go check your tribes. I love that that tribe's available for an HQ 18 player. You'll also notice that I can't actually claim this. That's one of the downsides of having a couple accounts, that you can get stuck in scenarios like that. Let's have a look-see. We've got Armadillo. That does not look terribly fun. They've already removed the shell from that poor animal. Let's jump over into here, have a look at Orbifold, and see, maybe, just maybe, we can just walk up and destroy everything on this Orbifold using... You know what it looks like? It looks like I haven't upgraded all of my boats in this account, which is not super duper surprising. I'm going to do that right here, right now. Now, one quick note before you touch your supply ship down there, and if you're not sure about that supply ship, make sure that you do check the video in the cards, because it is critical that you learn this hack. And now hack is in bunny ears, by the way. But before you touch your boat, always make sure that you claim everything from every other building that produces resources, or you're going to be sad. Now watch this. Boom, shakalaka, in come all of the resources, just like that, filling things up. And we are going to upgrade this landing craft right now, because frankly, it's a little bit sad to see that I've still got some level 23 landing crafts. Then we're going to jump into our armory over here. Now, if you are using rocket choppas and you're having difficulty with, Heavy Choppas, difficulty taking down some bases, I've heard of like every person up to 1100 victory points, 1200 victory points, getting rated by like XP 52s and things like that. So make sure your heavies have been upgraded. If you have forgotten to upgrade your heavies, then your heavy choppas are going to be a little bit weaker than expected. So we're just going to walk in and try to take down Orbifold. As you can see up here, there's 17 attacks left. So not a ton of All-Zuka skills in this task force. So it's better if we just clear this entire hole and see if we can't take this puppy down. So we're going to go something like this. Going to get our bombardiers over to this side and get some shocks out. As I use the hardware mute to get a massive, massive sneeze out. Now, for those of you who are wondering where I was yesterday, in case any of you were wondering why there was no video yesterday, took a personal health day. Went outside, did not touch my computer all day, and I work on the computer, so not touching the computer is a magical, magical, magical day for me. So hopefully you guys get the opportunities to just absolutely take a day off work. Had to use a vacation day, can't use, my company doesn't allow the use of personal days or sick days to go and get like a mental health day, unfortunately. I mean, they probably would, but I just wouldn't. Anyways, carrying on. We are going to try to clear all of this stuff. We are going to stay away from those boom cannons on the right-hand side because, as you saw, those boom cannons are going to do all sorts of damage to our heavy choppas, and we need to keep as many of them alive as we possibly can. But once we get a little bit closer, should just be able to cruise towards that core. These heavy choppas, on operations like Forlorn Hope and higher, they're not super awesome. You end up getting some less than desirable results at times, but generally speaking, these things are so strong, and as long as you plan your attacks a little bit, and I gotta admit, I have made some massive mistakes myself, generally on my accounts that are floating in random task forces, not so much on the higher level ops that we do. Now, speaking of, I've got an account, my zmot account, spelled out phonetically, does not have a task force at the moment. So if you have a task force for me to attack with no powder, and no powder I can solo bases all the way up to like deep cut Forlorn Hope, depending on what they are. It also depends on how important it is that they actually go down and all that sort of stuff. If you've got a task force that you would like to see me jump in for a little bit, do let me know. That's one of the better things, actually, about having a task force group that has been getting a bunch of players in, is that there's no spot for me. I left the task force for a week to do our task force versus task force, and I should be shouting out people that won that, but I don't know off the top of my head who won. I was just head down trying to get my wins in as best as I could. And look at this, we still have 4 out of 6 of our bombardiers still alive, and those heavy choppas are distracting the rockets above the core, which is a little bit surprising to me. And look at this, an Orbifold solo, just like that, using 4 boats of bombardiers to throw damage, and then all sorts of heavy choppas to take down the core, unboosted. Is this choke point, I think? Maybe? Perhaps? Let's have a quick look here. Yep, choke point. So we're not doing Foxtrot or Sour Grapes or Milk Run or something. Choke point's a decent operation, unboosted, no glowing statues, pulling up the solo. Pretty darn happy with that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Also, taking note that my heavies are nowhere near maxed. They are level 23, but nowhere near maxed is not an accurate thing to say. Apologies there. Showing you the hacky hack with that resource boat. Please, if you have questions, I'm sure some of you do, hit me up in the comments about that. But I'm going to pause here. We'll come back with something else fun to do. Okay, back to the HQ-17. I don't have any more operation attacks, but we can see how far we can get with Dr. T Volcano. Now, I guarantee we are going to get all 7 stages. We might not get all 7 stages on this account, but what I'll do is if I get, say, to stage 5, and then I'll switch to my other account and do 6 and 7. Won't bore you with a max level account doing these first few stages. We'll just pause the video and jump into that. So, now, I've had quite a few messages from the Come With a Plan task force group saying that they have been rating number 1, number 2, number 3 absolutely, absolutely easily, and they have tons and tons of replays available. So if you guys were interested in those replays, now I did show them in my initial Heavy Choppa video, so do check the cards for that as well. Do hit me up. I will potentially jump back in there and get some more replays from them. And again, that all comes back to what you guys want to see, trying to do the best things possible for entertainment value, educational value, and just for some giggles. I was going to say schnitzen giggles, but anyways, schnitzel is not going to be involved here. We're just going to stick with going towards the core on Dr. T. Now, if you have stopped doing Dr. T for whatever reason, I gotta say, you are crazy. Make sure you attack Dr. T every single day, even if you have to spend a little bit of powder, because Dr. T is the guaranteed way to get powder, and powder makes the game more fun. You get farther in crab, you get to blow up more things in operation attacks, and getting stage 6 and stage 7 are both a guaranteed powder, and then there are also guarantees throughout stages 1 through 5. I don't know exactly what they are off the top of my head, but as always, do go check out the Boom Beach Wiki. And a big, huge, huge thank you to those players out there who spend their time updating the Wiki. It is a fantastic resource, and it's very, very rare when someone can come into the Discord. Anyways, come into Discord or throw a question on Twitter or YouTube when that question is not already answered on the Wiki. So do check out the Wiki, bookmark the Wiki. Also, do make sure you're taking care of your Wookiees. I have not been watching the new Star Wars series quite yet, waiting for a couple episodes to come out. That way I can binge watch it a little teeny tiny bit, although I do love the fact that it comes out every week, gives some anticipation at the end of the week. So stage 1 through 3, not a big deal, very, very easy, but it would be very easy with Zookas or Warriors or whatever the heck it is. Now, another note, what do you think about choppers? Now, there was a medic chopper joke video that came out on the Boom Beach page. Now, would you like to see more choppers? Do you want to see like a warrior chopper that dropped warriors, or do you want to see a medic chopper that drops medics? Those kind of troops would be very, very easy for Supercell to implement, is my assumption. I don't have the word from them, but I mean, really, all they need to do is, and based on past Proto Troops, they would just use the exact same models so that a warrior chopper would literally look like a Heavy Choppa. Unfortunately, I wish that they would use slightly different colors or models or something like that, but what would you think about a warrior chopper? What would you think about a medic chopper or a bombardier chopper? Now, I'm not going to hold my breath for a bombardier chopper because we have yet to have a bombardier tribe. Once we get a bombardier tribe, sure, that would be amazing. It would be ridiculously OP, but I'm okay with OP. I like massive, massive influxes in power. I know that not all of you do, as displayed by the Come With a Plan group. Every time I say "with," it makes me chuckle a little bit, so whoever named that task force, you get a tip of my fedora from me. Now we are going to send all of our troops over to this right wall, trying to avoid some of those boom cannons. We'll definitely get hit by a couple of them. Also note that when you're going sideways with Heavy Choppas or with Heavies, you need to be a little bit careful, because for a little bit our Zookas were exposed there. Now, I don't have instant training on this account, but I think so far we have lost a combined total of 0 troops. I might just be not paying enough attention, and we could have lost a whole bunch, but I think we've lost 0 on stages 1 to 4. So if you're considering the idea of using Heavy Choppas, I gotta say, go do it. These things are amazing, even if your Zookas on the side here have to get shot by a machine gun in the process. And again, we're just going to come all the way over into here, throw in that shock on that rocket launcher so we can keep moving into safety. We've definitely lost some Zookas this time, and that's to be expected. Zookas are going to hit mines. They're going to go look at shiny things and step on them, but overall, this Zookas, Bombardiers are better. Grenadiers don't really work, but just having some form of damage behind that massive meat shield that is the Heavy Choppas is worthwhile. So as our Zookas take that puppy down, all good things moving forward. HQ 17, no boosted statues, cruising through stage 5. Not sure on stage 6 or 7, but we'll give it a go. And I assume all of you are using these. I'm seeing way more raids in the replays on my base, on all of my bases. And one quick note, if you only have one Boom Beach account, kudos to you, but I highly recommend starting a second one because you have a little bit more information at your disposal. You've played a little bit, you know which troops work, which ones you don't like. You can play a different game style, and it just gives you those times when you don't have the ability to drop troops on warships because you don't have instant training. Gives you an option to go do a different tech tree, different play style, and use a different set of troop reserves. So if you have any questions whatsoever on how to make an alt, please hit me up in the comments as well. I can put you that way. And it used to be that Supercell had rules against running more than one account, but now with Supercell ID, they're not opposed to that. It used to be this unwritten rule that you kind of didn't talk about it and things like that, but things have gotten better, and now secondary accounts are no big deal. And you'll be surprised how little effort it takes to upgrade an account. It definitely takes a few clicks here and there over the time of the account, but if you're wondering how I have all these accounts, it's just spending time playing Boom Beach and upgrading those accounts bit by little bit. But you can tell by my victory points that as soon as you start to get more than a couple accounts, your victory points and your sculptures both suffer. It's amazing how quickly your victory points, basically instead of being at like 900, you end up with 3 accounts that are at like 300. So definitely, if you're looking to push those victory points, not a great idea, but all comes down to what you're looking to do. Oh, Smoke was ever so slightly late, so we lost one of our Heavy Choppas. That is less than ideal, but stage 6 going down very easily for an HQ 17 player. That's free powder coming out. Watch this right in there. 1, 2, sorry, there we go. There's that guaranteed crystal coming out. So if you have the ability to, even if you boost one of your statues, by the way, I would recommend boosting your damage or your health. Coming in and getting that extra powder is going to make you break even, and there's a lot of buildings there, so there's a pretty good chance that you'll get a second extra bit of powder as well. So coming in hot, not a lot of skills required here, just bringing in all of our Heavy Choppas, dropping those Zookas in behind, and then we're going to work towards the left hand side, clearing as many mines as we can in the process, because otherwise our Zookas are going to end up stepping on those. And if you've ever played with all Zookas, you know that they're going to step on a mine. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. So we are going to bring all of these back over into here. We're going to shock that there boom cannon at the same time. Everspark's critters helping to clear mines, helping to keep our troops alive and well. And now just shocking some things. We've got a bunch of gunboat energy. Now that right hand side rocket launcher could be a bit of a pain because those heavies are going deep into that corner, and you can see here we are not getting a bunch of value out of our barrages because our low level barrage not super duper strong, unfortunately, just based on the fact that our troops are super duper low level here. As soon as that machine gun goes down, oh, I was hoping to hack that boom cannon there. I feel like we are about to lose here. We don't have a heck of a lot of Zookas left. We don't have any Zookas left, as a matter of fact. That one boom cannon plus the one behind the core doing all of the work on us. I wonder if we can get this down, though. I really, really, really don't think so. Just the fact that there's no shock launcher in range means that we still have the teeniest, tiniest hope, and Everspark just needs to get the heck away from that sniper tower. Otherwise, Everspark's passive critters were going to come to a quick end there. So I'm going to leave this for a couple seconds just to see how this is going to go, but spoiler alert, I don't think it's going to be enough. Getting rid of that rocket launcher, we've got 2 Heavy Choppas crushing towards that core, but you can see underneath there we have no heavies left, a total of 0 heavies. So although they do explode and give us some extra heavies, it's not going to be nearly as strong. So even though the Heavy Choppas do drop heavies, of course you're constrained by the level of your heavies that they're going to be dropping. So I'll do this one more time. I wasted a bunch of gunboat energy trying to barrage that rocket launcher, which was a bit silly. We'll spend a couple diamonds in the process. Now, quick note, do please consider throwing code zmot into your box. I know you can't see it because of that troop loading screen there, but it costs you nothing and it gives me all of the warm and fuzzies. So please do consider going and doing that. Now, should I be using Kavan here? It's possible. I also probably should keep on moving generally towards that boom cannon as opposed to into the corner. So we will make some slight modifications here. You saw there that our Zookas were not in any sort of danger when it came to this first bunch of defenses. So I'm just going to head ever so slightly into that area. Those rocket launchers on the right-hand side are going to be a bit of a concern, most definitely though. So need to be very, very, very aware of what's shooting our troops. And I don't know if we're going to have enough on our plates to be able to keep our Zookas alive, but we're going to give it a go. And I'm going to throw a shock right about there, trying to keep that boom cannon shocked, also getting all sorts of heavies spreading out wide. This is going far better than last time, but still, we still have that boom cannon behind the core we need to worry about. And we're going to start to lose our Zookas fairly quickly here as those left-hand side machine guns and things start ranging our troops. So doubtful we're going to be able to get this down. Everspark's going to throw a hack out here, hopefully in the next sec. Nope, I managed to hack nothing. Hate it when I click the button and don't get the things I was after. I gotta say though, we're doing better. Definitely doing better. We still have some Zookas alive by the skin, absolute skin of their teeth, and we've gotten rid of that boom cannon. So I'm kind of starting to feel a little bit helpful here. The fact that those Heavy Choppers exploded working to our benefit. Those heavies that dropped getting in front of those machine guns. We've got a total of like 3 Zookas left hiding in behind all of these troops. Now we just need to make sure that that rocket launcher does not melt our troops. Throwing that last final ditch med kit. Oh, this is going to be so incredibly close. HQ-17 trying our darndest to get down that final headquarters. We're free sniping it for the most part, but that rocket launcher right there will range us even if we move out to the left-hand side. So I'm about to move over to here, just trying to keep some of those Zookas alive, but I don't have any faith that we're going to be able to have any sort of free space over here. Look at that, yeah. So thought we could maybe get a little spot over there, but stage 7, not quite there. You can see with a bunch of stubbornness, we could probably get that down. So what I'm going to do now is come back, do stage 7, and we'll call that a day. Okay, this is the zmot account I was talking about. Without a task force, I don't have enough gunboat energy to drop all Heavy Choppas, so I loaded 1 boat of heavies. We are going to use Brick. Brick is not the right hero for using with these guys, but that is exactly what we are going to do. We're just going to send all of our heavies in. Now look how quickly those buildings are popping. Insane that this is all heavies. Now I wish there was a heavy tribe at the same time, because that would be just extra levels of ridiculous, but you can't have all of the things, unfortunately. Now we're just going to drop all of our troops in here, and we're going to head and get all of those boom cannons, and then we're just going to leave these things in here to crush absolutely everything. One of the problems with heavy choppas is you can't see what's happening underneath behind the curtain. Like, I have no idea what's in there, if there's any buildings left, but Brick is still alive somehow, some way. So I said she wasn't the right hero, but it looks like maybe, just maybe, she was. We have got this thing down easy, easy, easy. HQ25, I think we're on. Just crushing, absolutely crushing Dr. Terror, taking zero effort. We lost a couple heavies. Easy way to avoid that is just to not add any heavies, but I don't like leaving a boat behind because it just feels ungood. So if you have a spot for me in your task force, do let me know. The best request for me to come is the one that's going to win. If you just say, come play with us, not gonna come. Let me know which operation you're doing, how often you do operations. I am looking for an operation every single day just to get those free diamonds, just like I look for those question marks when sending my submarine, just so I can try to win some classified items. Anyways, that is it for me. As per always, let me know what you think about that chopper idea, how you're doing on Warships, if you've taken a day off recently to go do something for you, and otherwise, hit me up in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, click the bell, all of those YouTube-y type things. I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm zmot. Peace!